Man jailed for 12 years over brutal murder of pensioner. Guyana Times. Nearly 7 years after 71-year-old Jerry Rambier was viciously beaten and left for dead, his family has finally received justice. Joseph Rambier, a 30-year-old man responsible for the murder, was sentenced to 12 years in prison when he appeared before Justice Damone Young at the Georgetown High Court on Tuesday. Rambier was initially charged with the capital offense of murder after he was arrested in 2018 for fatally attacking Rambier on Back Street, Good Intent, West Bank Demerara. The elderly man was found unconscious on July 1, 2018, with severe head injuries and succumbed 2 days later while receiving treatment at the Georgetown Public Hospital. During the sentencing hearing, the court heard that the fatal attack stemmed from an altercation at a wedding house in La Retraite. At 23 years old, Rambier struck the pensioner in the head with a rolling pin, inflicting a wound so severe that Rambier never regained consciousness. Instead of rendering assistance, Rambier fled the scene and was later apprehended by police in a sting operation at Diamond, East Bank Demerara. Throughout the proceedings, Rambier's family remained steadfast in their pursuit of justice, expressing concerns that only one of the attackers was charged despite multiple individuals being identified in connection with the crime. Speaking in court, the victim's brother reflected on his loss, describing him as a good chap who did not deserve such a cruel fate. The case was prosecuted by State Counsel Alvaro Mario Ramatar, Muntaz Ali, and Darren Chan, representing the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions, DPP. During his submissions, Ramatar underscored the vulnerability of the victim, noting that Rambier was asleep when Rambier launched the fatal attack. He emphasized that Rambier made no effort to help the injured pensioner and instead attempted to evade justice. While acknowledging the role of alcohol in the events of that night, Ramatar urged the court to impose a sentence conveying that violent acts would not be tolerated. Defense attorney Carlton Amsterdam, representing Rambier, argued that his client had taken responsibility for his actions by pleading guilty, thus not wasting the court's time. He pointed to a probation report that described Rambier as a school dropout who had faced financial struggles from a young age. The report indicated that he had completed an anger management course while in prison and expressed a desire to apologize to the victim's family. Amsterdam requested the court to consider a sentence that, while just, would also allow for the accused rehabilitation. In delivering her ruling, Justice Young considered both aggravating and mitigating factors. She noted that the victim was elderly and defenseless, that a weapon was used, and that there was an attempt to destroy evidence. However, she also took into account the accused remorse, good behavior while incarcerated, and the absence of prior convictions. Starting with a base sentence of 20 years, Justice Young deducted time based on mitigating factors, ultimately sentencing Rambier to 12 years in prison, less any time already served on remand. As the sentence was handed down, members of the victim's family expressed mixed emotions, relief that justice had finally been served, but sorrow that nothing could bring back their beloved Jerry Rambier.